What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Zay coming back with another video. You know what I'm saying? How everybody feeling today? You know what I'm saying? Let me know it in the comments. Y'all, today, we finna do another reaction. You know what I'm saying? Flight attendant, unalive by lover's jealous girlfriend. Now, by the title of this, man, this sounds crazy. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace, you know? Like I say before, y'all, never take life for granted. You never know when your last day is. So put God first, you know what I'm saying? And make sure y'all think before y'all do. We about to get to the video. Let's go.
New details tonight on an arrest in New York City. This after a young woman was killed last month inside her apartment in Tamarack.
I feel terribly bad that happened to her.
Something horrible happened here yesterday. A young woman murdered viciously in her apartment, and Broward Sheriff's deputies haven't arrested anybody yet.
That's crazy.
Y'all, most relationships have a tendency to bring up drama. When there's high expectations, there can be jealousy, possessivity, and resentment. But if someone ends up cheating on you, you can always leave. Sakina Thompson didn't see that. In fact, she made the worst decision possible, punishing her boyfriend's secret lover in a gruesome way that even shocked the judge.
Caller says that there's a gash on the patient's neck. It looks like someone slashed her neck.
What?
New details released. 28-year-old.
See, y'all, this is why I say, y'all, if y'all find y'all, you know what I'm saying, y'all significant other, you know what I'm saying, cheating on you or whatnot, just leave. And it's never the person that they're cheating on you with's fault. Like, say if my girlfriend went to go cheat on me, you know what I mean? I'm not about to go get mad at the guy because he's not the one that probably knew that me and her was together. You know what I'm saying? I'm not finna get mad at the man. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get mad at my woman because she's the one that owes me loyalty. You know what I mean? She's the one that's supposed to have loyal. You know what I'm saying? She's the one that's supposed to stick up for me behind my back. You know what I mean? So yeah, I would never get mad at the guy. I'd just break up with my woman. You know what I'm saying? And go find another one. You see what I'm saying? Some people just can't handle that. You know what I mean? But that's why I say y'all think before y'all do. And yeah, if y'all ever get cheated on, just leave. You know what I'm saying? Find another, get in another relationship with somebody else. You know what I mean? Or focus on yourself, man. Or put God first, man. This stuff, don't crash out like this. It ain't the way. No, it's not.
Thompson, age 28, from Springfield, New York, was arrested by New York police officers. She's expected to be extradited to Broward County to face one count of first-degree murder.
See, now she in jail for life. You know what I mean?
Tragic story of Kayla Hodgson. This was 23-year-old Kayla Hodgson back in 2022. She was always the life of the party, but she could be bubbly,
you know what? She
and
probably didn't
elegant
even
just
know.
as well. In the daytime, she
She probably didn't even know that, you know what I'm saying, that man had a girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? She probably didn't even know that. I'm saying, rest in peace, though. Rest in peace to her.
as a flight attendant, dressed to the nines and using her smooth voice and charm to make passengers feel safe and comfortable. At night, though, she was a popular bartender, always able to get people dancing. She worked with a team of bartenders for private events, and she was one of the most well-loved members. Kayla was the kind of person who always knew how to put a smile on your face, no matter how you felt. When she wasn't doing either of these, Kayla lived in Tamarack, a small town in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. She enjoyed going out at night with her friends, partying and dancing. One of her friends was a woman 5 years her senior, Sakina Thompson. She was a nail technician from New York. Just like Kayla, she was super popular with her regulars, and everyone thought she was really passionate about her job. Kayla surrounded herself with powerful, hardworking women who also liked to party. She was kind, friendly, and dedicated to all those around her. So when she was found brutally unalived in her Tamarack apartment, everyone was left in a state of shock and disbelief.
Something horrible happened here yesterday. A young woman murdered viciously in her apartment, and Broward Sheriff's deputies haven't arrested anybody yet, and they won't say if they have a suspect in mind.
So now to a tragedy in Tamarack after a woman is found dead. 7 Samantha Sosa is there live with more on the investigation and what we know about the victim.
The Broward County Sheriff's Office is mobile command center is still here on the scene as investigators continue processing evidence.
It couldn't be anything but a homicide investigation. On the afternoon of July 13th, 2022, this is the call that the sheriff's office got.
Caller says that there's a gash on the patient's neck.
Wow.
It looks like someone slashed her neck.
A neighbor had found Kayla's unconscious body in her second-floor apartment in a state so graphic they could hardly look. They called the emergency services in a state of panic, urging them to come and try to save Kayla. But when the paramedics arrived, they realized the situation was beyond salvation. Kayla's body had multiple deep jag marks made with a sharp object, and her throat had been cut deep from ear to ear. There was nothing they could do to save.
Are you serious? Just because you found out that your significant other was cheating on you? Just because you found out that your boyfriend was cheating on you, you did all this. You could have avoided this. You could have, you know what I'm saying? You should have left him. You should have left the relationship, and you should have mind your own business and continue with your life. But instead of that, you took somebody else's life. Man, that's why I say, y'all, think before y'all do, man, because I know she probably regret this. I know she regret this. She was young, too, man. Rest in peace to her. You know what I'm saying? She was around my age, you know what I'm saying? Man.
Her life. She was pronounced dead at the scene, and authorities were called to process the scene and start the murder investigation.
Detectives continue going in and out of a second-floor unit Thursday afternoon at the Tamarack Village Apartments along Commercial Boulevard. Investigators processing bags of evidence, including some found outside on the sidewalk. This command center here more than 20 hours after a deadly discovery.
As soon as the grisly news hit screens in Tamarack, Kayla's family turned up at the scene. Then her neighbors, then her friends, co-workers, and anyone who was hit hard by the news. First off, these poor people needed closure, and coming together in a hard time like this helped them try to understand the shock of losing Kayla at just 23. Then there was a call for justice. By gathering by the dozens, people were hoping to put pressure on detectives to find Kayla's killer ASAP. Other neighbors were quick to point out that, apart from feeling terrible for Kayla, they feared for their safety too.
You don't know if it's someone that lives here, or if it's someone that the person knew that lives outside, but yes, definitely concerning.
Some people also explained that Tamarack was a safe town, with a crime rate below the national average, and that the apartment complex was among the safest places around. This was not the kind of place where violent crimes were normalized or even heard about.
Oh, absolutely, yes. Absolutely. We've been here 10 years and nothing like this has ever happened.
Never really have any crime, anything like this that I've ever heard or seen before. I live in an adjacent community, and me personally, I'm just trying to, I'm concerned of whether or not it was domestic or something that's random. Obviously, it's random, something to be concerned about.
Yeah, imagine hearing about a murder in your building. Would you even go out anymore? Kayla's untimely death also sparked outrage on the internet. There were people praying for her family, people asking for justice, and people making long, thoughtful comments about the tragedy of losing someone so young. It's a dark and scary thought that you can lose your life at any age. Still, it's not something that's supposed to happen.
That's why I say, y'all, you never know when your last day is, man. That's why I say you can't take life for granted. I always say this, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Tomorrow's not promised. So that's why I say y'all put God first, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Just stay prayed up, man. There's a lot that be going on in this world.
Definitely not right when someone steals a life. Kayla's life was not someone else's to take. When someone commented, asking how Kayla had died, two comments emphasized something authorities also expected. Some guy slashed her throat in her apartment. Too many toxic males out there. Toxic is a light word, y'all. But yeah, everyone expected Kayla's killer to be a man. Sadly, the stats just point at men almost every time something like this happens.
My respects to the family. Terrible tragedy. Whatever happened. It's a lost soul.
No matter what the circumstances were, that's undeniably true. Again, Broward Sheriff's Office detectives have not made any arrests yet in this case.
For a good while, Kayla's case was ongoing but quiet. No one heard of any leads or clues, and every update was a reiteration of an old fact. There have been no arrests yet. The wide public was urged to ring with any potential clues, sightings, or knowledge about Kayla. Even her family didn't know anything that could help authorities in their investigation. You know how, in most crimes like these, it's someone close to the victim? Detectives expected Kayla's loved ones to know something, a creepy friend, an enemy, a jilted ex, anything that they could follow. As it turns out, Kayla did not have a jilted ex, but she was seeing someone at the time of her death. It was a man named Terry, and he was known for his short temper and toxic relationships. When they got his name, detectives were certain he was suspect number one. But as they dug deeper, they learned something even more disturbing. Kayla had met Terry through her 28-year-old friend, Sakina Thompson. And, well, Terry was in fact Sakina's boyfriend. Terry was a player in that nasty sense, and Sakina knew it. In fact, she seemed to document their turbulent, toxic relationship on social media. She would post videos of them cuddling or flirting, but also fighting, or videos of herself promising she would break things off with him, only to show the two back together a week later. Or this video, where Sakina opens up birthday presents from Terry for everyone to see. One might even venture to guess this was her attempt to convince the world she was in a good relationship. But she was trying to convince herself, more likely. Around July 10th, 2022, Terry and Sakina ventured to guess this was her attempt to convince the world she was in a good relationship. But she was trying to convince herself, more likely. Around July 10th, 2022, Terry and Sakina flew from New York to Miami to party. At a nightclub, the two met Kayla and danced together for a while. But at one point in the night, Sakina started having the wrong thoughts about Terry and Kayla. It seemed like the two were getting a little too close for her inner peace. With years of anger and mistrust built toward Terry, Sakina put a tracker on his Range Rover. Her suspicions were well-founded. The following day, she learned Terry had driven over to Kayla's apartment. Now, she knew he was cheating on her, and she also knew where Sakina lived. Here's the thing. When investigators looked at Sakina's social media, they didn't just find videos of her and Terry flirting and fighting. They also found several reels where she is promising to harm people who have wronged her.
You know that I throw hands, right? You know that I throw hands, right? You know that I throw hands, right? You know that I throw hands, right?
I still got one. I'm gonna smack the wig off, and then I'm gonna change.
Hey, it's one thing to set healthy boundaries and break off.
She was very, very toxic. Like, man. And there's some people out here that's like that, man. And it's sad, man. The way that some people carry themselves, you know what I'm saying? Why she act like that, you know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm telling you, people that act like that, ain't gonna get you nowhere, bro. I'm telling you.
And relationships that invade your space. But revenge talk and aggression don't take anyone too far. It's always an eye for an eye, and you end up in a paranoid world, thinking everybody wants to harm you and planning your next
eye for an eye ain't gonna get you nowhere.
Wild move. This was the world Sakina lived in. Whenever she would have a falling out with someone, she would take to the internet and promise revenge. And she spoke about it like that somehow made her cool or powerful. Heartbreakingly, Sakina really did not have a conscience. If she did, she would not have done what she did on July 13th. Here she is, storming into Kayla's apartment building and running to her apartment with a plan to take her life. She broke into the apartment complex, fooled her way into Kayla's unit, and brutally took her life using a knife and an undisclosed sharp object. She took pleasure in doing so. She took her time. She didn't just inflict a lethal injury. She jagged her repeatedly and sliced her neck from ear to ear, making sure there was no coming back from that. And an hour later, she met Terry, and they boarded a plane back to New York City. Almost 3 weeks after Kayla lost her life, authorities had good news to share with the public.
New details tonight on an arrest in New York City. This after a
Why
young
is she
woman
smiling though? Like, she is smiling right now, y'all. Like, she probably ain't got no remorse. Like, what? What? Man, rest in peace, man. Rest in peace to that young woman, man. Rest in peace to her, man.
Last month inside her apartment in Tamarack.
The suspect was arrested in a neighborhood in Queens. That was 3 weeks after the homicide here. It's also where residents are relieved.
Once again, Kayla's neighbors came out to speak to the cameras, this time happy they could feel safe again.
I am very happy to hear about it because we were scared. We heard different stories from different people, and I happen to live on the floor above her, so.
I gotta say, y'all, rest in peace to her, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But like I said before, man, make sure y'all put God first, you know what I'm saying? Thank you for y'all do, you know what I'm saying? And if you find your partner cheating on you, just leave the relationship. Go find somebody else. Don't do nothing like she did. You know what I'm saying? Don't do nothing like she did. You know what I'm saying? And after the situation, she was still with her boyfriend after she did that. So, man, what? That don't even make sense. That don't even make sense. Like, what? You did that. You took this young lady's life because your partner cheated on you. And now you're back with him trying to flee away? What? Hey, y'all, man. Like I said before, man, this is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace to her, man. Rest in peace to this young lady, man. She didn't deserve that at all. You know what I'm saying? But like I said before, y'all, make sure y'all think before y'all do and put God first. And yeah, man, it's your boy Zay, and I'll catch y'all in the next video.